Hello, this is a video guide on how to write thesis in Gaya UKM format using the Microsoft Word Gaya UKM template files. Before we begin, the first thing that we need to do is to download the Microsoft Word Gaya UKM template file from the Pusat Siswazah UKM. Go to the link shown on the screen. Or, alternatively, we can straight away Google Gaya UKM. And that should bring up a link directly to the website. So download both the Bahasa Melayu and the English version of the template Gaya UKM Microsoft Word. Once you have downloaded, you have to take note where you have downloaded your file. In our case, it should have been downloaded in the downloads folder. So one is Bahasa Melayu file and the second one is Bahasa Inggeris or English. Make sure that you choose the correct template according to the language of your thesis. In my case, I write my thesis in Bahasa Melayu, so I choose the Bahasa Melayu template and double-click it. When you double-click it, it will basically open up Microsoft Word and show you a document with a template of a thesis. Okay. Bear in mind that this is not a normal Microsoft Word file, but rather it is a template Microsoft file. You cannot directly write onto this file because, as you can see, at the formatting bar here, everything is disabled, so you cannot change anything, right? So you only open this one just for your reference. So in this video, I will show you two writing methods. The first one is writing by substitution or by copying, and the second method is writing from a blank page or starting from zero. I will also show you how you can convert your thesis, which has been written in a normal format, into a Gaya UKM format. Before we can do that, there are a few important settings that we need to configure. First, we need to display the navigation pane. So go up here and then click View. Okay, click the View tab and then check this navigation pane box. Okay, this will bring up a navigation pane on the left hand side. Using this navigation pane, you can easily navigate through the different sections and different parts of your thesis. Okay, and this can be very convenient as you are writing your thesis. Okay, secondly, you need to display what we call the styles pane. So if you go to home, alright, home tab, click it, and then you can see the styles, all the styles which is related to Gaya UKM. At the style window there, at the bottom right there's a button. Click that button and this will bring up the styles pane. If your styles pane is not docked on the right hand side, what you can do is, if it's floating like this, what you can do is you click it and then drag it to the right hand side and then double click it. Okay, this styles pane is important so that you can know what is the styles associated with the different parts of the thesis. These are all the styles which has been written according to Gaya UKM, and this happens, or this come out from the template file that you have downloaded just now. So for example, I want you to observe that if you go to bab 1, for example, you put your cursor here. Okay, put your cursor there. You can see that on the styles pane, okay, the highlighted style is the style associated with this line, and if you go to the next line, it uses the same style. If you go to the next line, pendahuluan, now this is a different style, which is 09B level 02, and then the text itself is style 10 normal 01, and the quotation here is style 12C Jawi, and so forth. So you can go through the template file and discover yourself what are all these styles look like. Okay, and the third thing that you need to do is you need to bring up another tab on top here, which is called the developer tab. Okay, so to do that, click File tab, click Option, and then go to Customize ribbon. On the right hand side, there should be a developer box. Check this box. Okay. Apart from that, there are some other settings that you need to do, which is display. So click display. Alright, and I want you to check all of these boxes: tab characters, paragraph marks, hidden text, object anchors. Alternatively, you can also choose to show all formatting marks. In that case, just click that box. Okay, and then next one is save. So click save and then make sure you tick these two boxes. Alright, and then you can choose how many minutes does your Microsoft Word software will automatically save your file as you progress along writing your thesis. Okay, now once you have done that, just click OK. Notice that now there is a developer tab that has come out. You will use this tab to attach the Microsoft Word Gaya UKM template onto your Word file. Another thing that you need to observe is that now if you look at your template, right, there are some weird marks that has appeared. Okay, these are not weird marks, but basically these are what we call the formatting marks. Alright, so this particular symbol here, like this one, like an inverted P, this is the paragraph marks, this is the enter marks, and then you have the tab marks. Right, this arrow here is a tab marks, and then the red fonts are all the hidden text. These hidden texts are required to be here to assist with the formatting, but in the actual file it will not appear. Alright, but here we need to display everything, all the formatting marks, so that it will make it easy for us to know if we have made any mistakes in terms of formatting. Now, the next step is to attach the template onto your Microsoft Word file. Alright, again, I need to repeat myself that you cannot directly write on the template file. Okay, but you must make the template file to remain open like this in case you need to refer to it to know what are the corresponding styles for each of the line and sections inside this Gaya UKM thesis. Alright, so now you are ready to write your thesis, therefore you can open a Microsoft Word file. So go to File, click New, and then click Blank Document. This will bring up a blank document. Okay, and then again, as you can see at the Styles window, there is no Gaya UKM formatting. If you open back the other window, which is your template file, you can see that all the styles here are according to Gaya UKM. Alright, but the default file only contain the default normal styles. So you need to attach the Gaya UKM formatting and template onto this file. To do that, we go to the developer tab. So click this developer tab and then choose document template. Once you have clicked that, okay, click the pop-up window, attach. Okay, click attach, and then go to the folder at which you downloaded the Gaya UKM template file. In our case, it is in the download folder, and I'm writing in Bahasa Melayu, so I will attach the Bahasa Melayu Gaya UKM revision 11 and click open. Okay, and I will also have to check this box to automatically update the document onto the styles associated with Gaya UKM template, and then click OK. Once you have clicked OK, click home. As you can see, now your styles have been updated with all the Gaya UKM styles. Again, we need to bring up the styles pane, so go to styles window at the bottom right here, click, and then this you can bring up the styles pane, also the navigation pane. So now this is your Microsoft Word file. So the next thing that you need to do is to save this file. So let's save it first. The last thing that you need to do before you can start writing on a blank page is that you need to specify manually the paper size and also the margin. Although you have attached the Gaya UKM template and formatting onto your document file, the paper size and the margin are not transferred automatically, so you need to do it manually. To do that, go to Layout tab, okay, click Size, choose A4. Okay, normally by default Microsoft Word sometimes will choose letter. You don't want letter, you want A4, so you choose A4. And then for margin, click margin, go to custom margin, and then for Gaya UKM it should be 3.8 for the left, for bottom is 2.5, and then right is 2.5. okay, click OK. If for example the measurement unit in your Microsoft Word is inches, you can change that to centimeters by going to File, Option, and then you go to Advanced, Advanced, and then go to Display, and then go to this one, Show Measurements in Unit of Centimeter. So if yours is inches, you can basically click this drop down menu and choose centimeters instead, and click OK. Alright, so now once you have set the paper size and also the margin, then only you can start writing. Okay, I have made a mistake in the following section of this guide because I forgot to change the size of the page and also the margin size when I was doing the recording. So I will not redo the recording, but I just want to remind you that you need to change the page size and also the margin size. Okay, so once you have done that manually, it should appear a bit different from what is being shown after this. Okay, so because I did not do the manual change, so you need to do it first beforehand. So basically click Layout, Size A4, and then Margin, Custom Margin, change it to the measurement according to Gaya UKM, which is 3.8, 2.5, and 2.5. Okay, so the rest of the guide should be more or less the same. It's just basically it doesn't look correct because the margin size and the paper size is not correct. Once you have saved this file, so now we can start to write our thesis. So the first method, as I mentioned just now, is to write by substitution or by copying. What this actually mean is you basically copy all the template in the template file here onto your blank file, and then you write on top of the template file. Let me show you how you do that. So just go to the template file that is still open just now. Okay, put your cursor at the very top. All right, or you can also click Control Home, that will bring the cursor up to the top of the document, and then click Control A to select the whole document. So if you click Control A and then if you scroll down, you can see that you have highlighted every single thing inside this template file. Okay, so you Control A and then copy everything. Click Control C. Alright, and then once you have copied everything, go back to your blank document. Alright, make sure your cursor is at the top and then paste everything by pressing Control V. By doing that, what you have essentially done is you copy everything, all the text from the template file onto your Word file. Okay, and this can be done because you have initially attached the Gaya UKM template onto the blank document just now, so everything can be copied directly. If you haven't done the attachment of the template file onto your blank document, this will not work. Okay, so once you have copied everything, you just substitute the text with your information. Like for example, your name is not Mazliha, but rather in this case my name is Iskandar, so I'll just write there Iskandar bin Yahya. So this is what I mean by substitution. I substitute everything that I copied just now with the information of my thesis, and then maybe my thesis title is not this, but rather it is cara penulisan so let's say this is my title. Okay, cara penulisan tesis dalam Gaya UKM dengan menggunakan template Microsoft Word. Alright, so the other things, and then we can continue on writing. Just copy this thing, our title, Control C, and then when we want to paste here, we need to be careful. We cannot just simply paste, but we need to paste. We need to paste keep text only. Alright, keep text only, and then you can delete this whole thing. Alright. Okay, so the title here is the header file. So in order to edit it just now, you need to double click it. Alright, before you can edit it. So yeah, so basically you just do the whole thing according to your thesis. So what I will recommend you to do is to change the pengakuan or penghargaan, abstract and everything to your actual content of your thesis. Okay, but leave the kandungan as it is first. Okay, just leave it alone, don't worry about too much. Okay, we will update the kandungan, senarai jadual, senarai ilustrasi, everything as we go along. Alright, at the very end, then only we will update everything. Okay, so you can continue writing on bab 1, pengenalan, pendahuluan, and then basically just write on top of this thing, substitute it with your actual content. Alright, or you can delete anything that is not required. Like for example, this part is not required, so just simply delete it. Alright, if this Rajah is not what you want, you can delete it, or you can substitute it with your Rajah. Okay, so that is the first method. That's the easiest method. Basically just attach your template, copy from the template, paste it on the blank document, and then write your content on top of the template. However, I do not recommend you to write it this way because you might make a mistake, but it will take less time and it will be easier. So if you are an undergraduate student and your thesis is not too long and you don't have much time to write, so this is a good option in order for you to just simply write and not to worry about the formatting so much. Now, one thing that you need to be careful is if you accidentally, for example, this section here, right, 1.1 pendahuluan. So let's say you accidentally deleted it like this. Alright, let's say you have accidentally deleted like this whole thing, so it's deleted. So what can you do to bring it back? So it should bring back automatically. What do I mean by that is you put your cursor at the previous line, which is this pengenalan, and then press enter. When you press enter, it should automatically go to the next line and bring up the format, which is the actual format for writing the title for the first section, which is pengenalan. Now, when you are writing pengenalan, the title for the first section, make sure that you write only the first letter to be capitalized and the rest is small caps. Okay, however, it is appeared here as all capitalized because of the formatting. Alright, so if you write pengenalan, only the beginning is capitalized. On your navigation pane, if you go to bab 1 pengenalan, it will appear as how you typed it, which is capitalized first letter and the rest of the letters are all small caps. If on the other hand, let's do an experiment, if on the other hand you put everything to be capitalized, then basically, although it looks the same, but if you look at your navigation pane, now everything is capitalized. This is what you don't want, because when you generate your table of content or your kandungan, okay, it will basically not be according to Gaya UKM. right? So you need to be careful with that. So pengenalan, only the first letter, or the section title, only the first letter is capitalized, the rest is small caps. Okay, so that is the first method. Now, another thing that I need to mention is, if you do not want any of the bab here, like for example bab 7, right, you can click here to collapse it, everything. So for undergraduate, for Gaya UKM, there should be only 5 babs. Okay, so you have bab 1 pengenalan, bab 2 is kajian kepustakaan, bab 3 is your kaedah kajian or methodology, and then bab 4 is your keputusan, and then bab 5 is your rumusan dan cadangan. So basically, you according to this, alright, you do not have to have your this one bab 4 and bab 5 here is not what you want. So what you need to do then, what you can do, you can just simply delete the bab. Okay, so you can delete the bab. Let's say this is what you want to keep. You want to keep dapatan kajian and rumusan. This one you don't want, so you just right click here and then you can delete the whole thing. So what it will do, it will delete the whole section and then bring up the next section to as bab 4. So this is correct. So you now have 5 bab. Okay, so this one is rujukan dalam teks. This one is also an additional information on how you should do your referencing. Okay, this one keep it as a guide if you want, but when you want to write your thesis, you need to get rid of it, so you need to delete it as well. If for example you do need to refer to it, you can always go back to your template document just now, which is still open, and then you can just use it as a reference to look at different things. Like another example, if for example if you have deleted something here unintentionally, if you don't know what is supposed to be the format of any particular section of the thesis, you can refer it to the template which is open. Alright, so you just basically go to the section, put your cursor there and look at what is the corresponding style being used. Now I will show you how to write using the second method, which is writing from a blank page or starting from 0. So the first thing that we need to do is to basically close the file that we have created just now. So just close it. Okay, save it if you want. Right. Okay, then open a new blank folder. Oh sorry, a new. So click new blank document. Right. Again, you have to attach the Gaya UKM template onto this new document. So click developer, document template, and then attach. Choose the folder at which you have downloaded your Gaya UKM and choose that file. Click open, check this box, click OK. Okay, now you have attached all the Gaya UKM formatting onto your document. So now you can go ahead and save the file. Here I have saved it as Gaya UKM test BM2. 2 stands for the second method. Now starting from scratch, that means you have to start writing from a empty page. Okay, so when you are starting from an empty page, you start with the first chapter. You do not start with the pengakuan or the front page or anything like that. Forget about that one. First, just create the first chapter. Make sure also that you have the template file open. Alright, open for you to refer to it. Okay, so you want to create this bab 1 in a blank document. So the first thing you need to do is to write bab 1. Just write bab 1 first. Okay, go to style and then click heading 1. Find heading 1. So heading 1 should be somewhere here. Below 40D you have heading 1. How do I know it is heading 1? Well, I can always refer to the template Gaya UKM file just now, put my cursor there, and then see what is the corresponding style being used. So heading 1 is used as the hidden text, which is required. So now you know that you have to do the same thing. Okay, bab 1. And then press enter. You press enter, automatically it will bring up the next thing that should come up, which is bab 1. Okay, then the next thing, you need to press shift and enter at the same time 3 times. Okay, so press shift and enter 1, 2, 3. So basically what this do, it goes to the next line without going to the next paragraph. Okay, you can type then the title of chapter 1, which is pengenalan. So pengenalan. Again, only the first letter is capitalized, the rest is small capital. But because of the formatting, everything becomes capitalized. And then press enter again. You press enter again, it will bring you to the first section, 1.1, which is your pengenalan or any other title that you want. And then press enter. You press enter, straight away after that it will bring you to the text section, which is style number 10, normal 01, perenggan pertama. Here you can start writing whatever that you want in your thesis. In this case, in this example, I'll just randomly generate a text. Randomly generate a text as an example. Okay, let's say there's 3 paragraphs there. Now, bear in mind, this is still not correct, because if you look at Gaya UKM, okay, only the first paragraph, the indentation is, there's no indentation. But for the subsequent paragraph, there should be some indentation. So if you look at the first paragraph, this is a different style. This is style 10, normal 01. But the subsequent paragraph is style 11. So you go back to your document. Okay, you put your cursor there, anywhere in fact on the paragraph, and then choose style 1. Okay, so yeah, so I think in this case we can just press enter. Yeah, so if you press enter at the end of the paragraph, it will basically go to the next formatting, which is style 11. Now if you're ready to go to the next section, which is section 1.2, okay, just basically write 1.2 first, or you can click your cursor at 1.1 just to know again what is the corresponding style. It is 09B. So put your cursor at the bottom here, and then click 09B level 2. Okay, that will bring up the numbering automatically. And then now you can write what is the next section. The next section should be, I don't know, maybe scope kajian if you want. Okay, and then press enter, and then you can start to write. Here I will just randomly generate something as an example. Okay, and then again this one should be style 11 instead of 10. You can continue on creating all the other sections if you want. So in this case, let's say I want to create section 1.3. Okay, 1.3, the next one, scope kajian permasalahan kajian. Alright, permasalahan kajian. Click enter, and then you can straight away create another section, 1.4, objective kajian, and so forth. So when you want to write, when you're ready to write, just click enter. It will basically move to the next style. Okay, so this is just an example, right? So let's say you want to create the subsection, like for example here, objective kajian. You can have like a line of something. Okay, and then you want to put in the subsection 1.4.1. So what you need to do then, just go back, refer back to your template Gaya UKM, and look at an example where you have a subsection, let's say 1.3.1. so you put your cursor there, that should be style 09C. so you go back to your document, pick 09C, and then you can have your objective umum, for example. Alright, and then another objective section, which is objective khusus, for example. Alright, and then for the you can have multiple levels. So this is level 2 or level 3 rather. You can also have level 4 and level 5. Okay, for Gaya UKM thesis writing, normally it is only recommended to have up until until 4 levels. So this is 3 levels, right? 1.4.1. You can have maybe one more level after this. 4 levels maximum. Please try to avoid any additional subsections or sub-levels more than 4. Okay, now you have already written the outline or the backbone of your bab 1. We can straight away write bab 2. Okay, to do that we need to start a new chapter. Okay, we need to basically start a new chapter on a next page. But please do not do this. Do not press enter many times until you get to the next page. Don't do this. This is the wrong way of doing it. Okay, as you can see, there's paragraph marks here. If you see paragraph marks without any text on the line, that means that is wrong. Okay, because once you have edited your file, okay, the formatting will basically go haywire, so you don't want that. Alright, so what you do is basically just go to the end of the section or the bab. Okay, put your cursor there, go to layout. Okay, press layout, press break, and then choose next page, insert a section break. So choose this one. Okay, basically it will insert a section break and then go to a new section, okay, which is your bab 2. So in this case, your bab 2, you can straight away put in the bab 2 here, which should be heading 1. Alright, so here heading 1, below this one, heading 1, bab 2. Okay, just put there bab 2, press enter, automatically it will bring up bab 2. Press shift enter, and then write the title of bab 2, which should be kajian kepustakaan. Okay, so as you can see on your navigation pane, everything, all the section have been appeared. Alright, have appeared. Alright, so for example, if you want to start to write your objective khusus here, right, there's a section break line here. What should you do? So basically just put your cursor at the end of objective khusus and then press enter, and then keep on writing. Don't worry about the section break. Alright, or just press another enter, and then yeah, keep on writing here. Don't worry. Okay, for example like this. Alright, so it will keep on extending your bab, but basically it will still make your bab 2 as a new page, so you don't have to, you know, worry about the positioning of bab 2. Okay, now we just basically carry on with the same thing. Press enter again. Now automatically it is section 2.1. You can write there pengenalan, and then you can have another section, I don't know, another section which is level 2, yeah, which is umum, I don't know, so anything at all, right? So any other thing or section that you want to put in. Okay, now for completeness sake, let's do all the babs. Okay, so we have 5 babs, so let's create all the 5 babs, all the basically the backbone of all the 5 babs. So now here I have created all the 5 babs from bab 1 until bab 5. Alright, so I have created basically the backbone. right? And if you look at the navigation pane, you have all the sections that you have created, so you can just navigate through from one section to another, or from one bab to another bab. The next thing that I would like to show you is how to do, or how to create list according to Gaya UKM. Okay, what do I mean by that? So one example of list that you need to use is maybe when you are trying to put when you're trying to write the objective khusus. So for example, you have 3 objectives, right? So how do you create the list? Because you can write your objective as lists instead of in the paragraph form. So what you do is basically put your cursor at where you want your list to be written down. Go to Home tab. Okay, go to multi-level list, this one. Alright, multi-level list. Click it, drop down, and then and then go to list styles. Don't choose anything from the list library. Okay, choose one of the list styles. The list styles here are all the styles that have been embedded with Gaya UKM formatting. Alright, so you can choose any one of these. Gaya UKM writing do not specify the type of listing that you can have. Alright, so in this case, I maybe like to use the second one, this one, so I'll choose this one. Okay, so it will bring A. So our objective is, you can write your objective 1, objective 2, and objective 3. Right? And if you want to continue on writing, so you just go to choose style 10, and then you can continue writing your paragraph. Okay. Oh, in this case, I think it should be style 11 because it is a new paragraph, in fact. So that is how you create lists. Moving on, now I will show you how you can create all the preliminary pages, including the reference page. The preliminary pages are basically all the sections and pages before bab 1. So if you go back to the Gaya UKM template file that you have opened, so all these sections like senarai case, pengakuan, penghargaan, abstract, etc. before bab 1, these are all the preliminary pages. Okay, we can generate all this automatically. So I will show you how to do it. So go back to your document. Alright, go back to your document and then go to the very top of the page. You can do this by pressing Ctrl and Home at the same time. So when you do this, basically it will bring the cursor to the very top of your document. Okay, or you can manually move your cursor to the very top. Alright, so go to the Insert tab, click Insert tab, and then press Insert tab and then go to Quick Parts, click that. Okay, when you click that, you can choose 001 Gaya UKM. You can choose this one, click it. Right, so basically just click it. What that will do is it will create all the preliminary pages for your document, including the front page. However, these preliminary pages have been generated based on the template, right? So it has a pre-inserted sections and pre-inserted tabs to guide you. So for you to write your own content, what you have to do is to basically substitute all the text with your own text, including your name. So go to the front page, just basically substitute this with your own contents, including your name, your title, and everything else. So now you have automatically generated your preliminary pages. Once you have created all the preliminary pages, okay, we can check each one of the section. Like for example, let's check the front page, second page, pengakuan, penghargaan, abstract, kandungan. So if you look at your kandungan or table of contents, okay, the page number is still not correct. Okay, and yeah, so basically the page number is still not correct. Okay, so what we need to do, we can leave it as it is first, because to me the table of contents should be formatted at the very end of your thesis writing. But if you just want to check that your formatting or the formatting is correct or not, so what you can do is basically you can just click the table of content, left click and then right click, and then choose update field. When you update field, you can choose update entire table, click OK. Right, so once you do that, it should have updated everything to the correct page number. Okay, for the preliminary pages at least. For bab 1, this page number is wrong. It should not be 12, but it should be 1. Alright, so now I will show you how to do the correct numbering for your page. To fix the numbering of the pages, okay, we must first go back to our template Gaya UKM file just to see what the numbering format is. So if you click bab 1, right, the first page, so if you go to kandungan as well, kandungan, it is not updated, so you can left click, right click and update field at the entire table, and then it will update it according to the actual page number. So as you can see, bab 1, the first one is page 1. So if you go to navigation pane, bab 1, okay, the first page here is the page number 1, and then the next one is page number 2. And the first page of each bab do not have the page number. So if you want to confirm that, go to bab 2 and see bab 2 there's no page number, but the next is the subsequent page, which is page 7. So this is the formatting for Gaya UKM, and we want to do the same for our document. So go back to our document, right? In our document, the bab 1 is page 12 and then it is shown, so you don't want it to be shown. So what you do is you need to double click the header here, so anywhere in this region, so just double click it, okay, and then go to design, header and footer design, alright, and then go to page number, click page number, click format page number. Okay, here instead of go to page numbering, instead of continue from previous section, you need to click start at 1 and then click OK. Alright, so this is only for bab 1, and then go to the tab here, design, different first page. Okay, so click that and then close. So what happens now is that bab 1 is page 1, but it is still displayed there, and then the next page is page 2, so that is correct, but this one is not correct. So what you can do is double click it again and simply put your cursor next to page number 1 and then delete and remove it, and then press close, click close. Okay, because you have chosen different first page, although you have deleted the first page, but the next page is still considered as page number 2. So this is okay. Now you need to set the pages for the next section, bab 2 as well, because now bab 2 is page 4, right? It is correct, but it should not appear here. So what you can do is you double click it again, right, page 4. So this one must be linked to the previous bab because it's a continuation. Bab 2 is a continuation of bab 1, so the numbering of the page should continue from that. So the link to previous should remain here, okay, and then you also need to click different first page, okay, and then close. So once you do that, automatically it will remove the numbering, but the numbering is still there. And then you do the same for page for bab 2 as well, link to previous, okay, different first page, close. And then for bab 4 also do the same thing, link to previous, different first page, close. And then for bab 4 as well, sorry, bab 5 as well. So now you have fixed the numbering of your pages. To confirm that, alright, left click your table of contents and then right click it, update field, and then update entire table. Alright, so as you can see now, the page numbering is correct. Okay, the one thing that is not correct now, once you have updated the table of contents, the margin here. So basically the numbers are supposed to be at the very end here and not here. Alright, unfortunately there is no way to fix this. Okay, but you can still fix it only after you have finished writing your thesis. So at the end of your thesis writing, when you are ready to submit your thesis, then only we can manually change the margin or the indentation for the table of contents. Basically you will have to convert your file into an older version of Microsoft Word, but I will show you how to do that in the next section at the very end of this guide. To add the reference page or rujukan, the references page, you need to go to the end of bab 5 or to the end of your thesis. So a shortcut to do that is to press Ctrl and End. When you press Ctrl and End, basically it will move the cursor to the very end of your bab 5, or you can manually click the end of your bab 5. Alright, and then press Enter. Once you press Enter, okay, you have to go to the Style pane and then choose 24A. 24A is the format for the title of reference page. So just click that. Automatically it will move to the next page, and then you can just type there rujukan. Okay, press Enter, and then the content of your references, basically the style is 24B. So click 24B, you have your rujukan 1 and then rujukan 2 and so on. Remember that for the references, the formatting for each of type of referencing or references must be according to Gaya UKM, and you can refer to the template guide. So if you go back to the template file, at the very end it will show you how to do the referencing, and also there is an extra chapter here discussing on how do you cite a reference in your text. Okay, so go back to your document. So you have your rujukan, and then after rujukan, if you look at navigation pane, your rujukan section is has already appeared. Okay, and then after rujukan, you can put in your appendices or lampiran. Okay, so to put your lampiran, basically just go to the very end of your reference, click Enter. Okay, and then select on the styles pane, select Lampiran A, this one. So click this, automatically it will generate Lampiran A. Okay, and then you press Enter to put your lampiran. In terms of lampiran, there's no specific like for example the text of your lampiran, there's no specific format because it's just a lampiran, right? But you can still use a Gaya UKM text, which is styles 10 and 11. So let's say you put 10, you choose 10, you can put whatever you want there, for example. Okay, and then you can have lampiran, the second lampiran, and yeah, before I forget, you can add a title for your lampiran. And if you want to add a title for your lampiran, okay, just put your cursor at the lampiran A and then press Shift and Enter 2 times. Okay, and then type down the title. So lampiran A, let's say borang soal selidik. Alright, and then if you want to add another lampiran, just go to click the very end, put the cursor at the very end of lampiran 1, and then go to the styles pane and choose lampiran A again, and then it will generate on the next page lampiran B automatically. Press Shift and Enter 2 times, and then write the title of this lampiran, and like for example skrip pengaturcaraan sebagai contoh. Okay, just for example. So that's how you add all your lampiran. So you can add as many lampiran as you want. Now what you have is basically a complete thesis according to Gaya UKM. Alright, you have from the cover page, first page, all the way to Lampiran. Okay, and if you go to your kandungan, you can update fill just to see all the contents, right, including your rujukan and also Lampiran. So everything is there now. So now it's complete. All you need to do now is just to insert your contents. Okay, insert your text, your contents, your figures, your data, everything inside your thesis. So there you go. That is how you write your thesis in Gaya UKM using the second method, which is starting from a blank page or starting from zero. Once you have this thesis backbone, alright, so basically just the outline of your thesis, you can convert your thesis that you have written in a different format into this format. Alright, so now I will show you an example of how to do that. So let's save this file first, save it and leave it open. Alright, and go to your, try to find the folder, find the, let's say for example I have written my introduction in a different format. Let's say this is my introduction and I have written it in a different format, so it's not according to Gaya UKM. So what I can do, I can just copy this into my Gaya UKM template or Gaya UKM file that I've created just now. However, when you do this, okay, it's simply cut and paste. All right, and let's do one for an example, right? So let's do one. Let's say I just copy this whole thing, right? 2 paragraphs into my document, and then so when I want to paste, I cannot just simply paste. All right, I cannot just simply press Ctrl V. No, I cannot do that. I need to paste it as a text. So go to Home tab and then drop down this paste button and then choose this one, choose keep text only. So what this will do is basically it will paste only the text, right, and minus any of other editing and formatting. Alright, so now this is in Gaya UKM. So basically that is the only way that you can do it. So just open your thesis again, cut everything and then paste it one by one. I encourage you to paste bit by bit, like maybe one page per one page or a few paragraphs at any one time, and then just see how that goes along. All right, and it a bit tedious, but it should not take anything more than maybe a few minutes to 1 hour the most, okay, depending on how large your document size is. So yeah, so that's it. That's all that you need to do and all that you need to know on how to write your thesis in Gaya UKM format using the Microsoft Word template file. Okay, in the rest of this guide, I will show you on how to include equations, how to make tables, how to include figures, Rajah, okay, and how you can create a single landscape page if you require such a page. Okay, for the rest of the guide, I will use the thesis structure or outline that we have created just now to make examples. The first thing I will show you is how to include equations in your text according to Gaya UKM. So let's say you want to include an equation somewhere in the scope kajian, somewhere here. Okay, let's say in between these two paragraphs. What you need to do is to put your cursor at the end of the paragraph, press enter to go to a new paragraph. Go to Insert tab and then go to Quick Parts. Click the drop down menu for Quick Parts and then choose 005 Gaya UKM equation. So click that. It will bring up an equation. So it will bring up an equation, a template of equation with the corresponding number. So what you can do, you can simply delete this whole equation and replace it with your own equation. As you can see here now, there is an extra tab where you can press the design or click the design tab to manipulate and create your equations. Right, and then if you need to add more equations, just basically repeat the same process again. Insert, quick parts, and then 005 Gaya UKM equation, and that should actually bring up a new template with the corresponding number. Okay, and if you create another equation before the first equation just now, if you edited your thesis to add an equation before the equation that you have done, to test that, basically let's do the same thing. So when you do that, the numbering does not change. Okay, the numbering does not change. So now you have two 1.1 equations. So how you can fix this? Okay, so basically let's just select this whole section here. Okay, right click on it and then press update field. So when you do that, it will basically update the numbering of the equations. So don't worry about the numbering too much. Everything has been done for you or can be done for you automatically. You just need to update the field. Now let's look at how we can create tables in our thesis. Let's say we want to create tables in bab 2. This is my bab 2. Okay, I only have the title and some of the section name, so I will add some random text so that it looks like a proper bab. Okay, delete that and maybe another one here. And 4, 3. Okay, so we have like a structure that more or less looks like a proper bab now, and I would like to create a table in between these two paragraphs. So I'll just have to put my cursor there, press enter, and then go to insert tab, drop down table menu, and then let's say our table has 3 columns and a few rows. Notice that once you have created your table, there is an extra tab that comes out, which is table tools. Okay, and then when you are trying to create a table, as you can see, when you have created the table, there's an extra line here. There's a paragraph symbol without anything there, so you can leave it like that if you want some space between your table and your text. Otherwise, you just press delete and it will basically bring up the text up. And remember to change this paragraph back to 11 normal paragraph. For all your tables, you need to have a caption, and your caption must be according to Gaya UKM. So to create a caption, just basically select your table by going to the top left corner of the table, and then there's the plus symbol here, and you need to click that to select the whole table. Right click on it, choose insert caption. A caption window like this will come out. First, you need to choose the right label. So your label should be jadwal, and if your thesis is in English, it should be table. So you can drop down, and in Gaya UKM template that you have attached to your document, there should have a default jadwal. Right, so you just make sure you have selected that, and then the position for caption must be on top of your table, not below. So it must be above the selected item. Okay, and then it must have a correct numbering. Okay, so just click numbering to make sure. Okay, you need to check this box, include chapter number. Okay, and then chapter starts with style heading 1, use separator, period. Right, there are a few choices that you can choose, but it must be heading 1, and then use separator. Separator should be period. Click OK, and then click OK. When you click OK, alright, this is your caption, but it is still not in Gaya UKM. Alright, bear in mind, it is still not in Gaya UKM. So what you need to do then, to put your cursor at the end of the caption and then go to Styles pane. Right, style for caption should be either 15A or 15B. Alright, let's say if your title for your table is short, you can use 15A. So click 15A, then this is the correct format. Okay, followed by a tab and then write your table. Jadual pertama, for example. And if your title for your caption is very long, you can choose caption justify 15B, this one. Now the next thing that you need to do is to use a proper format for the table. This is not according to Gaya UKM yet. So the next thing that you need to do is to make this table as format Gaya UKM. Select the table and then on your table tools tab, okay, go to design, table styles. Okay, for table styles, click this drop down button. Alright, so drop down, you scroll down and you should find Gaya UKM, which is, yeah, this one, custom, and the name there should be, oh wait, let me just select it. So yeah, so the name should be Gaya UKM Mazleha. Alright, and this one is not, yeah, so it's this one, right? So this is the Gaya UKM table. So click that and then it will only display the horizontal line. Alright, horizontal lines. So this is Gaya UKM. Alright, the next thing that you need to do is you need to put the right formatting and font styles for the content of your table. Okay, for tables, the styles that you need to use is from 17 all the way to 23. Okay, 17 all the way to 23. So the first row here should be your title, right? The title for the header of the table. So it should be kotak tajuk center or kotak tajuk kiri or kotak tajuk kanan. Okay, any one of these three. So let's say I want it to be kotak tajuk kiri. So this should be the style. So I can put here column 1, column 2 title, and column 3. So that is your header of your table. And then for the rest of the content, it can be either kotak isi, starting from 20, kotak isi center, kotak isi kiri, or kotak isi kiri bulat. Okay, any one of these are from 20 to 23. So for my case, it's a simple table. It is kotak isi kiri. So now you have content 1 or control example. Alright, so and then just to show an example, I'll copy this whole thing and then paste it on the rest of the boxes. Okay, just to show you how it looks like. So this is your table. Now I have a table being done according to Gaya UKM. Lastly, before you go any further, you need to for a proper thesis writing, you need to mention or cite your jadual before the jadual appears. So in this case, jadual 2.1 should be mentioned or cited in your main text before, in the paragraph before the jadual appears. So it should be somewhere here, right? So I need to have some mention here. Oops, let's just continue here. The data collected is shown in, alright, so it's shown in jadual 1, but I do not write the jadual 1. The reason being is because I want to make the formatting to do the numbering automatically for me. I can simply just write jadual 2.1. Yes, there's no problem with that. But if you modify your jadual, like for example, if you add more jadual or if you remove some jadual in your thesis, okay, the numbering 2.1 will not be done automatically. Okay, so I will show you an example. Alright, so the correct way is to insert the reference link to the jadwal. So put the cursor at which you want to mention jadwal 2.1. Okay, go to the References tab, click that, and then click cross reference. It will bring up a window like this, a cross reference. So you need to choose what you are trying to refer to. So I'm trying to do a reference, or I'm trying to refer to a table. So I click down this drop down menu, scroll down, there should be a jadwal there. Yeah, so there is a jadwal. So I click jadwal, and then for which caption, so here it should list all the jadwal that I have created. So far I have created only one, so there's one, jadwal 2.1, jadwal pertama. So I would like to refer or to reference this jadwal. Okay, so the insert reference to, you need to click drop down menu and then choose only label and number. So I just want to say that the data collected is shown in jadwal 2.1, so only label and number. Click insert, close. Now you have mentioned jadwal 2.1 correctly. If you put your cursor on or if you click on jadwal 2.1, it will be grayed, and then if you put your cursor there, this thing will come out, current documents, control plus click to follow link. So this thing means that this is not a normal text, rather this is a cross-reference text, and it refers to your jadwal. Okay, let's say at some time you would like to create another table before this table. Let's say now I have to create another table here, somewhere here. Press enter, insert another table, a short table this time. Let's say 3 with 3 columns. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is, of course, select the table and then right click, insert caption. Now jadwal here, it becomes jadwal 2.1. It should be 2.1 because it is created before the table just now. So don't worry about that one first. Click OK, and then put your cursor at the caption and then choose the 15A or 15B. In this case, my title is short, so it's 15A, and press tab, write the table, the actual jadwal 1, for example, jadwal 2.1. Okay, so that's the title of your jadwal, and then select your table again, go to design, drop down menu here, choose Gaya UKM, this one, it becomes Gaya UKM. Choose the correct formatting for the text. For the title of the heading title, it should be 17 to 19. This time I would like to use 17. Okay, and then for the content, it should be let's say I want to use center this time, 20. Alright, example, just to show that something is going on here, so I'll just paste everything. So as you can see, when I paste everything, since I've already chosen the formatting styles, it will adjust accordingly. And then put my cursor here to delete this, and then choose the right formatting for the next paragraph. Now I have jadwal 2.1, and this one automatically becomes jadwal 2.2, but the hyperlink is still 2.1. But before that, I have to remember that I need to mention this. So let's say I want to mention it somewhere here at the end of this sentence. So again, references, cross-reference, jadwal, and now there's an additional jadwal here. I want to refer to the actual jadwal 2.1, so I select it. Make sure I choose only label and numbering, insert, close. So now this is jadwal 2.1, and here as you can see, it is still jadwal 2.1. So what you need to do is to update the field. So again, just you can press Ctrl A to select everything, or you can just select whatever that you need to update. Right click on it, press update field. So when you do that, okay, the citation that you did previously automatically becomes 2.2, which is the correct number. Alright, and this one becomes the new 2.1. Okay, so that is how you create table and properly do the captioning and also citing it and do the referencing in your main text. Sometimes you will have to create tables which are longer than one page, or if the table extends to the next page. It is permitted for you to split your table into two parts, one on one page and the other part on the other page. As an example, if you look at the template Gaya UKM file, there's an example for that. So this is such an example. You have jadual 3.1. Okay, the table is long and it extends to the next page. It is permitted for you to do such a table. However, you need to make sure that it follows Gaya UKM formatting, whereby you have to label, you have to add a line here saying bersambung and then sambungan. So now let's go back to our document and I will show you how you can do it. Okay, before that, I will show you a tip whereby it will make it easy for you to view your table. As you can see in Gaya UKM, right, the content that does not have any lines, and this can be quite confusing when you want to know exactly where your content is inside the particular cells. So it might be helpful for you to display the grid lines. For you to display the grid lines, go to the Home tab, select this symbol here which is borders. Alright, drop down menu, click the drop down menu and then go down here, select View Grid Lines. Click that and then it will show you the grid lines inside your table. This grid lines is basically here just to guide you, but in the actual table when you print it out, it will not be there. Alright, so it might be very helpful to have these grid lines displayed. So now let's create our new table which is long that extends to the next page. So insert table, I'll just do an example here. We're using 2 rows first. Okay, insert our caption as well. Okay, and then do the proper title. Contoh jadual panjang bersambung. An example of a long table which extends to the next page. Make sure for completeness we need to cite this jadwal. So references, cross-reference, choose that one, insert close, and then make sure that we have chosen the right design, which is Gaya UKM, for our table. And also remember to choose the correct formatting style for the content. So for the heading of the table, it should be kotak center, and then for the content is kotak isi center. Okay, so this is just an example I will show you. Let's just put the names of all the boxes. Heading 2 and then content 1, 2 and content 3. Okay, just so now let's extend this table so that it goes beyond into the next page. So select it, copy, and then I basically just have to paste until it extends to the next page. Right, so let's say this is our table now. Our table is long and it extends to the next page. So this is permitted, but we need to do the correct labeling here. For you to do that, alright, first of all you need to select the last row of the first page of your table. Alright, you can select it by basically select the whole thing here, or to make it easy, put your cursor on the left hand side, left click, and then it will select. You need to add an empty row. So to do that, you have selected the last row, go to Table Tools tab, Layout, and then Insert Above. Alright, click Insert Above. So basically it will create an empty row, extra empty row. You need this to put the label bersambung and sambungan. Make sure this new row is still selected, so it is still gray in color. Okay, what you need to do is you need to merge the cells. So go to Table Tools again, Layout, Merge Cells, click this one, or you can just right click on the grid area and then choose merge cells. Okay, and then now once you have merged the cell, you need to get rid of the line. There's no line here, so if you refer back to the Gaya UKM one, there's no line, basically bersambung, there's no line, and then it extends to the next page. So go back to our document, we need to get rid of this line. How do we do that? Okay, make sure the extra row is still selected, it is still gray in color. Go to table tools and then go to design, and then in the for the border symbol here, drop down border, choose no border. Alright, choose no border. Okay, so then that will basically remove the line for that particular box. Okay, make sure this row is still selected. Then now we have to choose the correct style, the font style. So the font style for the bersambung is 27A. So select 27A in our styles pane, 27A, and then we can simply put our cursor there now and write bersambung ... So this is the correct way, and then the B should be a small letter. Alright, okay, so this is bersambung. On the next page, you need to have another label says sambungan. So again, click this, the top row. Alright, click the top row. Again, you need to insert an extra row on top of it. So go to table tools, layout, insert above again. So you have inserted a new row. Do the same process again. You need to merge the cells, and then you can choose the correct style, which in this case should be sambungan. Sambungan is 27B, kotak sambungan. Alright, and here it should be ... sambungan. Okay, so now you already have a table which is formatted according to Gaya UKM, and it is split into 2 pages. Sometimes your table contents are based on data that you source for somewhere else. So in such a case, you need to put where is your source. Okay, you need to put a reference or a citation of your source. So for you to do that, basically just put the cursor below the table and then choose the correct style, which is 15A, caption center. Alright, and then put your source, your sumber. Okay, and then put whatever your source, whether it is a name or so basically it's whether it is a name or a journal or whatever. Okay, and then now you have your complete table. Now I would like to show you how you can create Rajah or figures. In this example, I would like to create some figures in bab 3. So I go to my bab 3. This is my bab 3, and for example, I want to insert an image somewhere in between the first and the second paragraph. For me to do that, I can choose to have the indentation here, or I can choose to have the indentation at the very end here. So it really is up to you. In this example, I would like to have the indentation all the way to the left. So I need to select the style 10. Alright, and then when you want to insert figure, whether you want to draw your own figure or you want to paste a figure from a different file, image file, okay, it is recommended that you create a canvas, a drawing canvas, and you can create this in 2 ways. One, using the quick insert, and then secondly, you can do it manually. I will show you how to do both. So the first method, the easiest way, is to use insert. Right, go to insert and then go to quick parts, choose 004 Gaya UKM drawing canvas. So select that. Once you selected that, what it will do is basically it will create a canvas along with the caption. Alright, so what you need to do for the caption is, of course, to rewrite to substitute this with the actual caption. So in this case is example for figure 1. Right, so this is my caption and this is my canvas. So click your canvas. What you can do then is you can insert or you can draw your your image. In this particular example, let's say I want to draw an image, so I can draw my image, any image, whatever it is. Draw an image, caption. Alright, and remember, when you have your Rajah or your figure, you need to mention it or cite it in your main text in the previous paragraph. So in this case, you have to mention it in the first paragraph here. Let's say I want to mention it here. You use the same method as how you do the citation for your table, which is go to References, cross-reference, and then now choose Rajah. Okay, when you choose Rajah, it should have the Rajah that you have created. Insert reference to, remember, only label and number. Okay, and then click insert, click close. Alright, so when you do that now, okay, you have your citation for your Rajah, and also you have your Rajah. Sometimes once you have created your figure, okay, you need to edit the text above it. Let's say now, your supervisor asks you to add something in the previous paragraph, so you have to add something, right? So let's say you have to add like one line, one paragraph of 3 lines, something like that. So you have to create, you have to add that one. So when you add that one, okay, when you add this extra text, your image, or basically your figure, will be skipped to the next page. So how do we fix this? Alright, so now this is an empty, there's an empty space here which does not look very nice. Alright, you want something to be filled here. So ideally, alright, you want your image to be here. So one option is, of course, to just basically reduce the size of your drawing canvas so that it is small enough and it will automatically be fitted in this empty space. But if that is not the case, if your image is still big, alright, it cannot be compressed into this space here, what you can do is to basically to cut this text below the figure and then paste it onto the empty space here, just to make full use of this empty space. So one way of doing it is basically select this whole text, select it, select and then cut it, Control X to cut it. Alright, cut it and then put it here and then paste it here, Control V. So you just paste it there. So when you do that, alright, you have filled this empty space with your text, and then you can continue writing here below the figure. Alright, so that is one way for you to fix it. There is another way. I mean, if you want to basically make sure that your text is, or to make sure your figure to be exactly here, like it will not move even if you add more text, or even if you move the text, the figure will still remain here. In that case, you need to change the type of your figure. The one that I've showed you just now, if you select the drawing canvas, there should be a symbol here, or you can basically go to the drawing tool, format. Alright, so here you can check what is the wrap text. Alright, so if you drop down, by default it should be in line with text, and you can use this text wrapping, there's no problem, but you cannot anchor the image to a specific place. Right now the image is in line with text, so that means if you move the text, if you add more text, the image or the figure will move along with the text. If you don't want that to happen, if you want the figure to specifically stay in one page, let's say for example page number 8, and it stays here at the top, even though if you add more text or move the text, it will not go anywhere. That can be done also, and I will show you how you can do that, alright, in the next example. In the next example, I will show you how you can create your drawing canvas manually. Alright, so let's say you want to create it, okay, let's say I want to create it down, let's say I want to create it down here on the same page as this image here. I want to create it down here, and I want it to stick in this position. Alright, so let's say the image is not that big, so somewhere here, and then choose 10, style 10. So you can manually go to the insert tab, go to shapes, drop down menu, and then go to the bottom, click new drawing canvas. Alright, click new drawing canvas, and then it will create a new canvas. So I'll just make the canvas a bit smaller so that I can add my caption. So right click on your drawing canvas to select it, go to the References tab, and then click insert caption. So when you click insert caption, it will bring out this window. Alright, again, this is figure, so it should be Rajah and not Jadwal. So make sure that you choose the correct label. So the label should be Jadwal Rajah. Okay, and then the position should be below the selected item, which is okay. Check the numbering. The numbering should include chapter number, heading 1, and then period. So once that is verified, click OK, and then click OK. So now you have your figure also with the caption. Put the cursor at the caption. Now the caption should have the following styles, which is styles 15A, caption center. Alright, and then press tab, put in what is the title of your figure. So in this case, Rajah manual kedua. Okay, so this is your manual image, and I would like to add a picture from an image file. To do that, there's two ways. The first way, I can left click on the canvas file and then click insert picture. Okay, let's say I want to add this picture here, and I can click insert. So now I have my picture inside the canvas, and I can resize it to fill or to have whatever size that I want. However, this is not the best way sometimes, because if your image is too big, when Microsoft Word will automatically try to resample it, making it a bit low quality or low resolution. In this case, as you can see, the image becomes a bit pixelated. Right, if this is the case, you can use another method, which is like this. First, choose your cursor to be anywhere outside of your canvas. In this case, I put my cursor here, and then I insert picture, insert the same file. So I choose the same file. See, now this file is actually a big file. Alright, so the quality should be higher than this image here. So what I can do then is to cut this picture, Ctrl X to cut it, and then choose my canvas, right click, and then choose paste. What this will do is that it will basically paste a higher quality version of the image. So if you can see between this image and the image next to it, this one is higher quality than this. Okay. Also note that the image now has become a bit too long, then it is automatically skipped to the next page. So if you don't want this, you can resize your image accordingly, which what I'm trying to do now, and then also resize our canvas so that it becomes, so it fills the space on this page. Now, what if you have a situation whereby you need to have your image at this particular location on this particular page? Let's say on page 8, and it must be at the bottom here, regardless if you add any more text. If you do not have to add any more text, or if you don't have to change anything else in your main text, then this is fine, it will remain here. But what if when you add text, or when you edit your text, sometimes the text will move, and since this text, the image text wrapping is in line with text, it will also be changed. So for you to make sure that this image is anchored to this particular location, this is what you can do. First of all, you need to delete your caption. Alright, so you need to have a different caption, because this caption now is in text. You must have a caption which is not a text. okay, which is not a text. So before that, you have to select your canvas and you must choose a different text wrapping for your canvas. You can either choose this button here, click it, and then choose top and bottom, or you can go to the drawing tools tab, click format, and then choose text wrapping, and then choose top and bottom. Right, choose top and bottom. Now be careful, because once you do that, something funny might happen. Alright, in this particular case, your image suddenly jump into a new location, which doesn't make any sense at all. So one way to fix that is to basically click your canvas again, click the image, click the canvas again, and then cut it. Control X, you cut it out, and then place it again to where it should be. So it should be somewhere here, and then you place it again. Alright, you place it again here. So now it should be somewhere around here. Okay, and then you can move it around so that, alright, so now it is not part of the text anymore, but the text will be on top or at the bottom of the image. Then you have to add your caption. To add your caption, select your canvas again, select your canvas, and then you can either right click at the border of the canvas or go to References, Insert Caption, Rajah 3.2. okay, and click OK. So when you do that, alright, when you do that, now your caption is inside a box. Alright, it's no longer part of the main text, it is inside the box. So again, choose the correct styles, which is caption center, tab, and then put the correct title, and then select the box again, select the box for your caption, go to drawing tools, go to format, go to tabs wrapping, go to wrap text, choose the same thing, which is top and bottom. Alright, choose top and bottom. Now you have your image and also your caption. The next thing that you need to do is you need to fix this into this location so that it is anchored there. So you need to do it both for your image and also for your caption. So for your image, select your canvas, left click it, and then choose text wrapping, fix position on page. Just click that, and then do the same thing for your caption. Select the box, make sure you highlight the box, go to text wrap, fix position on page. So once you do that, now this thing has been anchored here, it will not move. Alright, so let's say if I press enter there, so did you see that? So if I put my cursor here, I press enter, it will automatically skip below the image, and now you can continue writing whatever else that you want to write. So in this case, let's add another paragraph, and then as you can see, now your text doesn't, your picture will not move at all, even if you add more stuff on top of it. Alright, it will stick to this page only. Now if you need to move it to somewhere else, let's say now you don't want it here, you want it on the next page at the top here. So what you can do is click your canvas and left click on it, keep on clicking left click, and then just drag it down until you put it at the position that you want. And then do the same for your caption, select it and then move it down. So you need to move it, yeah, somewhere here in the middle. Yeah, so now it will basically move and stick the picture at the position whereby you have fixed it. So this is another way for you to insert your figure to make sure that it will not move along with your text. And of course, another thing that I need to mention is that you need to not to forget to cite your image, which is Rajah 3.2. Let's say I wanna cite it here. So References, cross-reference, Rajah 3.2, only label number, insert and close. So now you have effectively able to put in your Rajah. And for example, if your Rajah has been taken from somewhere else, then you have to you can put the source here, and the format is 15A as well. So you can have sumber, so just sumber internet for example. So you have to put your sumber there, so it will be along with your caption and your picture. Once you have done that, you can check your senarai jadual and senarai ilustrasi. So for now, everything is still 0, and you can automatically update it as you add more pictures and more table. So the first thing that you need to do is to select all the text. Control A, basically select the whole document, right click on it, and then click update field. Update entire table. Alright, just update everything. So when you do that, alright, so if you look at your kandungan, it should update as well. And then if you look at jadwal, senarai jadwal, now you have your all the jadwal that we have created just now. 3 in total, now you have 3. If you look at senarai ilustrasi, you have 2 figures. Alright, we have 2 figures because that is what we created just now. Okay, so it's very straightforward. So if you follow the right discipline in writing this thesis, okay, everything at the end will be, the formatting at the end will become easier. Alright, and you don't have to worry about the editing and the formatting, because if that actually changes, and if you do not do it correctly, it can be a nightmare. Now I will show you how you can add a landscape page in your thesis. Sometimes you will need to put your table which is long or which is very wide, and it must be fit only in a landscape page, or if your image is very wide, that you need to put it in a landscape page. I will show you an example here. So let's say in bab 4, so this is bab 4, I would like to have a landscape page between these 2 pages here. First, what you need to do is to put your cursor at the end of the page before the landscape page, and then you have to add one extra section. So go to layout tab, break, and then choose next page. Okay, and then go to insert, quick parts, choose 003 Gaya UKM landscape. When you press that, when you click that, it will create an extra landscape page here. Okay, before you can do anything else, there are a few things that you need to notice. One is the numbering of the page. Of the next page becomes a bit different. So you need to fix that one first. So what you need to do is to go to the next page, which is now is page 14. Put your cursor there, right? Put your cursor there, and then go to insert, page number, and then click top of number, and then press escape. So now it has fixed the page numbering again. So once the page numbering has been fixed, you can put your cursor here and then press delete. So basically it will get rid of that extra page, and now you have your extra landscape page. In this landscape page, you can put whatever you want, either your table, or you can have your figure or anything else. What you need to do is basically just to replace this with your own content. Again, what you can do is you can select all, put your cursor there, select all, and then update field, update entire table, update entire table, update entire table again, and then if you go to your kandungan, everything should be updated. Your senarai jadwal has been updated, and so forth. So once you have created this and you have fixed everything, right? So once you're ready to submit, you need to fix this one. This is the last thing that we need to fix. We need to fix the alignment of the numbering of your table of contents. So what I would suggest is for you to save this file as a different file name, just to be safe. Okay, so in this case, I'll save it as 2.2. Oh wait, before that, I'll just save it first. Save it as is. Alright, save it, and then save as another different file name. Let's say 2.2. Alright, save. Okay, so once you have done that, do it again. Save as 2.2. Now choose Word 97 2000 document. Click this and then click save. Alright, so once you do that, it will basically try to it will bring up this window. Alright, and then just press continue. So once you do that, everything should be, the alignment should be fixed, and then you can straight away go and send your thesis for submission. Alright, so that's all from me. That's all that you need to know. I think this video has gone quite a long time, but I'm sure it can be very useful for you. And please, if you find this thing useful, share with your friends so that other people will know how to do correct thesis writing using Gaya UKM MSWord Template. Thank you very much and have a good one.